STP means standard temperatures and pressure. Pressure will always be 1 atm. Temperature will always be 273 Kelvin. So pressure is 1 atmosphere. Temperature is always 273 Kelvin. Those are the numbers that you have to memorize. So, and on the right hand side is the combined gas law. So what it means is that I'm combining between all of the laws that we've learned. So the relationship will be pressure times volume is divided by temperature 1 is equal to second pressure times volume 2 divided by temperature 2. And as I can see, in the arrow right here, which indicating that this formula is equal to that formula when I simplify them. So there are 3 different ways that the problems can ask you to calculate or to solve the problem. So basically, it is very important that when you are actually trying to solve the problem, you follow these steps. This is the equation that you need to be familiar with. These are easier because since I simplified them already. So to look for pressure 2, all you have to do is just put this variable and you solve for that, and your final equation you should be pressure is 1 times volume 1 multiply times temperature 2 divided by volume 2 divided by temperature 1. That's that one. It's the same thing. If you were to be looking for second volume, you will follow this formula. Same thing as if you were to calculate the temperature 2 is this. So basically, this equation is a combined one. So when you read the question, unless otherwise, you should be given 5 different variables. If not, then you have to apply some other rules. So I'm just going to show you 2 different ways for you to solve this problem. Okay, one of them you will ask to figure out what the new volume is, which is this one. This one, what would the final temperature be? That's the second temperature. That's this one. So let's look at what's going on. So at standard temperature, you are expected to realize or to identify or to know that certain thing happens. So if I were you, I would start reading the question. So that's volume 1 is equal to 5 liter because that's liter and that's the unit of volume of gas, oxygen at STP. So STP, I already know that pressure is equal to 1 atm. Temperature is always equal to 273 K. I already know that by heart. So when I start reading, it says that the gas are heated to 25 degrees Celsius. So my temperature 2 is equal to 273 plus 25, and that will be 298 Kelvin. That's what it is. My second volume, I don't know. If the pressure increases 2, so second pressure is already 5 atm because that's what it changes already to. So with this being the case, you don't have to actually utilize the unit conversion to convert the unit pressure or the volume. Since they're already in the unit, we're looking for liter atmosphere Kelvin. So now you're just gonna have to use this formula. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you step by step. P2, V2, and T1. So let's go ahead. So this step you're gonna go ahead and you have to substitute. Okay, so pressure 1, I'm just gonna put 1 atm multiplied by volume 1, which is by all means 5. Second temperature is gonna be this one, 298 K, because it's not that one, because that's okay. Pressure 2 is 5, volume 2, that's what you're looking for. Temperature 1, which is that, is 273. So as you can see, after you substitute this variable, right, you should have 5 different terms, 5 different values plus 1 variable. So now you would just go ahead and identify or isolate the value you're looking for. So you could, from here, you could be following this, or you just do it your way. So This one, I am trying to get rid of that, so it's gonna be 5, volume 2, 273. So I'm doing over here, I'm trying to get rid of this, right? 273. So the left hand side is the same, 298. So this one, this side of the equation, I divide by 5. So I have to do it the way over there too. And then I divide by 273. I do the same way, 273. So my second volume will be 1 times 5 times this, that, 273. So let's see if what we've learned, if what we've done is actually the same way as the rule I'm telling you. So 1. So when we go over here, right, we can double check. Pressure 1 is, pressure 1 it is 1, which is correct. Volume 1, 5. That's correct. See, it follows this template. Temperature 1 is actually 273. Okay, it has to be temperature 2. Temperature 2, okay, temperature 2 is 298. Is that right? Yes, it is. Divide by pressure 2. My pressure 2 is 5. Same. My temperature 1 is that. So basically, this is the same thing as that. It's just two different ways for you to solve the problems. So on the calculator, I'm gonna show you how to do step by step. You can do 2 or 3 multiple different ways. So if I were you, I would just gonna go ahead and get the number, the 2 steps to solve this problem. You see, with this one, the calculator is not working, so my calculator at home is not working, so you're gonna have to plug in like what you see. There are 2 different steps for you to solve for the problem. One, you will multiply the top and give me the answers. Multiply the bottom and then divide the top by the bottoms, and that should give you the number you're looking for. So 1 times 5 times 298. The answers is 1 is this. And you divide by 273 times 5. Give me the answers. The answer is 1.0 liters. I'm sorry. This is your second volume. That would be that. And that's how you would solve for that. So for this one, I'm going to show you the same way, but this one, instead of looking for volume 2, I'm looking for the final temperature, which is T2. So let's read the question. P1 is equal to 5 atm because it says that the pressure is reduced from 5 to 2. So therefore, P2 will be 2 atm. As the volume increased by moving the pistol from 1 to 2 liters. So V1 is 1, volume 2 is 2. That's based on the question. What would the final temperature be? So you don't know what T2 is. So T1 is equal to, 273 plus 25, and that's 298 Kelvin. So same thing, P1 times V1 times T2 is equal to pressure 2 times volume 2 times temperature 1. So go ahead and substitute the values. Substitute. So pressure 1 is equal to 5, volume 1 is equal to 1, T2 we don't know, I'm just gonna put T2. Pressures 2, volume 2, T1 is actually 298. So same thing, let me show you how it's done. Whatever T2 is, we put it there. 5 times 1 here. So basically, you see what I am doing? I'm actually repeating the steps. So over here, I'm trying to isolate T2 by itself. So I'm gonna have to divide 5. I'm doing both sides of the equation. I'm gonna have to divide 1. Both sides of the equation, that's how you would do it. So let's double check if our final formula is actually correct. So your second temperature is actually equal to 2's times 2's. You should have 5 different variables, 5 different numbers. This is 2, is supposed to be pressure 2, correct. This is actually volume 2, which is supposed to be 2, which is correct. Temperature 1, which is supposed to be 298, correct. Pressures 1, which is equal to 5, correct. Volume 1, which is equal to 1 liter, which is correct. So basically, these are the correct template. So all you have to do is just, multiply the top 3. So you would just have to solve the problem by actually multiply 2 times 2 times 298 and divide by 5, and that should give you the answers.